All right. So for my interview, I did it with Berghammer Builders. Who I interviewed at Berghammer Builders was Sean Tradle. He is the general contractor there at Berghammer Builders. They are a construction company out in Clayton, Wisconsin. And Sean is part of the he's a general contractor of the masonry department. He's been with the company for over 10 years, so I figured that he would be a good reliable source for all the questions I was going to ask him, and he'd know pretty much everything that I had to ask and probably more. So what I learned when I talked to him, well, we talked a lot about a lot of stuff, mostly catching up, and we talked about the writing style construction for this project. And what he mainly told me is about the different types of reports, submittals, and then professional documents in construction, and how each one is has its own level of professionality. And he pretty much told me that it's cut into four different things, which is the bidding documents, legal documents, marketing documents, and then the technical report. So with the bidding documents, he said that it displays a lot of the legal aspects of construction, which is pretty much just getting into the fine prints and the details, the financial aspects of the company, organizational framework, and then persuading the reader. The legal documents that he talked about pretty much cover a lot of issues of the job site and the problems that they're going to have to overcome, patterns, and then a lot of legal terms that are kind of a little hard to follow right away, like certain words and aspects. Marketing documents, they have a lot of pathos and persuasion in them to try to get get people that want projects done to come to their company. And then technical reports, which have a lot of logos, ethos, and then a clear introduction and then well-reasoned conclusion. So pretty much starting the technical report off strong and then ending it on an even stronger note. And then for the other part that we talked about was the company requirements, which we pretty much broke it down into three different things, which was personality, interest, and experience. Because I asked him about the writing style of construction, and then also to give me like a full interview. So he asked what type of personality I had, and then the interest that I have, so that I'd be compatible with a lot of the workers I was going to be around, and that I'd be a good fit for the company, which I was. So why I talked to Sean, he has over 10 years of construction experience, let alone for this company. So I figured that if I asked him a bunch of these questions, that he'd overall know it. And he's a pretty honest guy. So I figured that he would be a good fit for all these questions, and that he's not going to leave out very much information. So also general contractors tend to leave out just about zero information. So I figured no matter what I ask him, he's really just gonna give me the honest and total outlook of the question that I'm asking. And then he's also a pretty honest and reliable guy. From what I know from working with him for a full year, he's not really gonna lead you in the wrong direction or just try to brush you off and give you some answer that's not going to be correct. And then, yeah, also I worked with him in the past, so I knew that he was going to be a pretty honest source of information. So what I learned from talking to Sean overall was the different construction, writing, communication styles, which is pretty much what was the main question that I was asking him, and then a couple other things. Relationship with companies and clients. What I learned from working in the summer was that it's a lot different from when you're talking to someone like face to face than when you see someone talking to a client. It just seems like it's like a different aspect. Like you gotta have full professionality, and then you really gotta be like detailed and not brush them off. You gotta give them like every source of information because they're paying for pretty much everything on the project. So you gotta be direct with them and be overall pretty direct. So the common construction worker hobbies and interests, which I pretty much talked to him about, before last year, but then this year too, we just brushed up on that again. Tips for working in the field and working in the office. So there's a whole lot of different communication in the office between the field and the office really, because in the office it's more of a professional demeanor, and then out in the field it's kind of not all that professional until the client really gets there. So it's kind of interesting hearing his aspect working out for working in construction for over 10 years, seeing both sides of the construction field. It was interesting seeing his aspect on that. And then the do's and don'ts within construction documents, just a couple tips with different like submittals and other reports that you're gonna have to fill out in the office, because I told him that I'd likely work in the office for my sophomore and junior year, so I figured it'd be important information to learn. And then this is just a little slide from when I worked for Berghammer Builders last year. So I was actually a carpenter. I worked on turkey barns, salt sheds, and then during the first week or two, we remodeled the middle and high school up in Amory, Wisconsin. So if you go up there, you'll know we worked on the elementary gym and then the middle school gym too. And it was my freshman year co-op. As you can see in the picture to the right, we worked on. That's not the exact picture of what we worked on, but it was just about identical. So it's kind of interesting. It was an interesting summer.